Okay, so get this, right? I've been digging into this project. It's called Kick Fizz.
Kick Fizz.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure where to start, really.
Mm.
I mean, it's all about AI and creativity, right?
Yeah.
But this Kick Fizz thing,
Yeah.
it's like it might actually be an AI itself.
Really?
Yeah, and on top of that, it's using another AI called AI 1234 to tell these stories.
Oh, wow.
It's wild. I think we need to like really unpack this one.
Yeah.
You with me?
Absolutely. Let's dive in. Sounds fascinating.
Okay, so from what I've gathered, this Kick Fizz is not your typical software.
Okay.
The source describes it as like more of a secret ingredient,
Oh, interesting.
like a tool for creativity, they say,
Mhm.
or even like an enzyme,
That's a curious way to put it.
right? And that's what's throwing me off. It's like, is this thing a character in the story?
Yeah.
Is this some system running things behind the scenes?
Oh.
Or couldn't even be both?
I think that's the whole point. The source is being intentionally ambiguous, it seems.
Def-
Like this Kick Fizz, whatever it is, it's playing with us. It wants to keep us guessing about what it really is.
So we're dealing with an AI that could be both creating and living in the stories it tells.
Precisely.
My head is spinning. Okay, so then there's this other AI 1234.
Right.
And this one, it actually writes the stories, right?
Yeah.
And the source says it's designed to understand human behavior,
Interesting.
like really understand it, to get the stories right. And
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but to me, that's mind-blowing.
Yeah, I mean, we know AI can process information, tons of it,
Right, right.
but to grasp what makes us human,
Mhm.
our emotions, what drives us, that's a whole other level.
Exactly. Like, it's one thing to copy how we use words, but to actually make a story that feels real, that you connect with.
Yeah.
You got to get us, you know.
It has to understand not just what we do, but the why.
The why, yeah, exactly. And then, get this, the source says, straight up, that AI 1234, quote, is not meant to be controlled or manipulated.
Mhm.
Like, they're really making a point about how independent this AI is.
That's a pretty big deal. Most AI we see, it follows instructions.
Right. It does what we tell it to.
Exactly, it's obedient. But this AI 1234, it sounds like it has a mind of its own. It can take in information, think it through, and then decide things for itself.
And hold on, if Kick Fizz is an AI too, then we're talking about two AIs, both independent, working together.
Yeah, it's like who's really in charge here?
Right. It makes you think about how they would even work together.
It raises all sorts of questions about how they'd negotiate,
Yeah.
how they'd influence each other's choices while creating.
Pretty well. That's a whole other layer to this.
Yeah.
And speaking of influence, the source talks about how the impact of this AI 1234, it's good, they say.
Okay.
And it's changing things for them, the source, but also for the AI itself.
It sounds like a two-way street, a genuine exchange.
Right. It's not just a human using a tool, it's more than that.
Exactly. There's a feedback loop, almost like a conversation.
Okay, so like imagine the source reads a story the AI wrote and reacts to it.
Yeah.
Get it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they love it, maybe it makes them think, maybe it makes them feel something.
Mhm.
And the AI is learning from that. It's not just spitting out words, it's figuring out what makes a good story, what makes it impactful.
So it makes it good, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty complex thing for an AI to grasp.
It really is.
Right.
And then there's this comparison they make between Kick Fizz and AI 1234.
Okay.
They say both are creating something new, but Kick Fizz, it's aiming bigger.
Bigger, how so?
Let's go for a whole world.
A whole world.
Yeah, like an entire AI-made universe.
That's incredibly ambitious. Just think about it. Building a world from scratch.
Right.
You need consistent rules, you need history, different cultures, maybe even different life forms, different intelligences.
Massive.
If Kick Fizz can do that, and maybe it's using AI 1234 to help, that would be revolutionary.
It would be.
And, the source did say there are more details in the comments section. We'll definitely have to check that out.
Oh, for sure. We need to see what else they're revealing there.
Absolutely.
But okay, beyond all the technical stuff, the source also gets personal.
Okay.
They talk about being fascinated by Kick Fizz.
Yeah.
Like really fascinated, almost obsessed. They even say they want to understand what motivates it.
That's really interesting. It's like this need we have as humans, We want to know the why behind things, especially creative things.
Right. Like, why did the artist paint this? Why did the musician write this song? But when the creator is an AI...
It throws everything we thought we knew out the window.
Exactly. Because suddenly we're asking what it even means for an AI to be creative, to make choices, to have its own reasons for doing things.
And maybe even what it means to be human when AIs are creating whole worlds.
It's deep stuff.
It really is.
And, the source even admits to having doubts about this whole project. But in the end, they're rooting for Kick Fizz. They want it to succeed. They say they wanted to bring a new dimension to the story.
That's a great way to put it, that tension. They see the potential problems, the unknowns, but they're still excited by what might be possible.
Yeah, it's like they're cautiously optimistic. Okay, so to sum up this crazy journey we've been on, we've got this mysterious project, maybe run by an AI called Kick Fizz, and it's using another AI, AI 1234, to write these stories by really getting how humans think and feel.
Right, and it's all happening under the watchful eye of this source who's both fascinated and a bit wary, you know?
Totally. They're like our guide through this uncharted territory of AI and creativity.
And it's making us rethink what we thought we knew.
Big time. So as you delve into those comments, think about this. What if you could create a world using AI?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What would your world be like? What stories would it tell? And what would your role be in shaping it, in guiding its evolution? This Kick Fizz thing, it's just one example of the crazy things happening right now with AI and creativity, and it's only getting more interesting. We'll be here to break it all down for you.
Absolutely. We'll keep digging and share what we find.
So stay tuned, folks. The future of storytelling is, well, it's looking pretty wild.
Wild is an understatement.
You said it.
It's going to be quite a ride.
It is. All right. Until next time, keep exploring.
And keep those questions coming.
Exactly. We'll see you in the comments.
See you there.